for the last couple of years I've been using Windows 10 just fine, but I'm kind of making the shift towards Linux-based technology, so decided to jump back to Linux. I used Fedora in the past. I think it was Fedora 19 or 20 for about 2 years, and I always enjoyed it, but never had a really good opportunity to use it professionally. So that's why I'm kind of jumping back on it now. Initially, I was torn between installing Ubuntu or Fedora, and initially I installed Ubuntu and was enjoying it a lot. I liked the interface, liked the desktop environment, and then I ran into a bunch of issues with drivers for my NVIDIA card, as well as some issues setting up the dock for my dual monitors, and so it ended up being a little bit more of a hassle. And now I've decided to go with Fedora 27, and we'll see kind of how it compares to what I remember and what they've changed. So let's take a look at it. Of course, it's a very clean, minimalistic, simple desktop. You got your activities in the corner, and if you shift the monitor there, the mouse there rather, you can see whatever's open. Top bar here. Customize it to display not only the time but also the date and the date. And when you click it, you get a very clean little calendar. You can add different world clocks if you want. You have the weather available based on your location if you want to have it set that up, obviously, and then notifications such as updates or errors or things like that. Then you got the top right corner where it's got the indicators for the Wi-Fi, the volume, and as well as the power. You can also click that little arrow and you get even more information, including the volume from your speakers, the volume from the microphone used to record this video, the display brightness, in this case I'm on a laptop, the name of the network, the status of VPNs, Bluetooth, again, power, battery, and as well as user information. And here you got your settings. You can lock it, you can turn your computer on or off, and those sort of things. And so let's open up a couple just different apps, and then we can kind of navigate through them. Okay, so I've opened up a couple of these apps, and here you can see a bunch of them open here. And the good thing about Linux is they've got a lot of these keyboard shortcuts which make working with the operating system quick, easy, convenient, and just very productive in general, especially as a software developer. So the first one, as you saw there, was the super key, and it shows all the apps that are open, kind of overlaid, and you can select whatever one is open, whatever one's available, and you can also close them. So let's, for example, close the settings, and then it resizes accordingly based on how many apps you have open. The next command I can remember, I think, let's see, Alt F2. Alright, so Alt F2 is that run a command quickly, and so it pops up with this little prompt here. So enter a command. So let's just say I wanted to open up a file, just to edit. You can type in gedit, and here you go, document pops up, and you can type in whatever you want and save it. So let's see, Alt Tab. Yep, so Alt Tab is to just revolve around all your open apps. Again, very convenient, very useful. You can see everything open here, and once you select it, it's going to open up that particular app. And then you can also press Alt Shift Tab to reverse the order of selecting the apps. Okay, there's also another shortcut for, I think it's Control Alt Tab. Yeah, and that's to switch focus. So if you look at the top bar, you'll notice that it's in focus, and then if you go to the windows, you'll notice that it's in focus. Okay, so next we have the super key plus A, and that displays all your apps. You can see that it's showing the most frequent ones right now, as well as you can go to the bottom and select all, and then you can go ahead and just scroll through all of those if you want. And like I mentioned, I just installed this recently, so I don't have many things installed yet. So that's very easy to open, and again, you can press Control A to close them, and you go back to your super screen. So okay, so next let's take a look at the workspaces. So you can press the super key and then use the scroll on your touchpad to scroll between the workspaces. So that's pretty convenient if you have multiple workspaces, you want to put multiple windows and sort them out and organize them. Another useful shortcut, you got the super key, press M, and that brings up the top bar, and you can just quick way of seeing, you know, the time and date, as well as any notifications you might have. Okay, this last shortcut I'll show is probably my favorite, and I find it very useful, especially if you're working with multiple windows. So when you hold down the super key, and then you can use any of the arrows to either move it to the left, move it to the right, minimize it, or maximize it. So that's really convenient, because let's say you have two windows you want on side to side. You can just hold the shift key down on the window that you're currently on, and press the left key to move to the side. And let's say you want to move to another window, and then again press the shift key, move it to the right, and you know, now you're working with two windows side to side. You can see them both. Okay, so let's take a look at just the window by itself now. So I will say I do like how they kept the design similar to Windows, in the regard that you got the minimize, maximize, close buttons in the top right corner, and then you have a couple other things on the window. You got the search button icon to look for different things, and for example, you can type pictures and you're going to see that directory pop up. You got this, which I believe is to switch the kind of the formats. So yeah, you can just kind of the view, that is. List to files, and this I believe is another. This is to kind of fine tune what you're looking for, and you got the back button in case you want to navigate. Of course, you can navigate in the side here. You can see, you know, things that you have currently, and the top you got the home, kind of the still some navigation bar at the top, which is great because you can get to see the, you know, the entire path for something that you're doing up. So, you know, you're in the pictures directory. Well, you know that its parent directory is the home directory. And if you want it, you can go back there. And so yeah, overall, my initial reactions to Fedora 27 are, you know, very positive. And even though I haven't done any development on it yet, since I just installed it, it seems like it's going to be a very simple and kind of, you know, just convenient environment to work with. And of course, as I move along, I'll probably end up customizing certain things, but the overall feel of Linux and why I think it's great to use, especially for development, and just why it's good as solid as an operating system as is that it's simple and intuitive. And you know, by intuitive I mean it's as simple as clicking the super button and being able to see multiple things on your screen, seeing what you're working with. So you don't have to go through, you don't have to click 1,000 times to get to where you're going. The less times you have to click something, the less times you have to you know, double click something or highlight something, the better. You know, user experience, a good user experience, a good sign of a good user experience is simplicity, minimalism, and getting to where you need to go as fast as possible and as easy as possible, so that you don't have to spend all this time memorizing how to get to something that you should be able to access anyway. So that's pretty much it for this video. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you found it useful, and if you did, consider giving me a thumbs up or subscribing if you want to see future videos. That's it. Until next time.